Hello, my name is Eric, and I'm going to show you a quick video and a review of how to replace your E-mount with a tough E-mount. A little background, this is the Sony A7R, and it has a suitable mount for smaller lenses, but when you get to bigger lenses, or if you just want some extra strength, you need a new mount, because the one that it's in there is composite and just a simple aluminum ring. So like if I torque on this, the lens will give a little bit. And if you look here, these flanges are all plastic. So it would be nice to have metal flanges in there. So Fotodiox came out with this slick little tough E-mount. And I'll give this a shot here. This is my first time changing this. I've already had my camera apart once to fix the light leak in there. Okay, once you get the screws out, being careful not to scratch the sensor at all, you can pop the silver mount off. You gotta watch for the thing here, the little release there. And the kids are helping me too. And you'll see that this is just a very inexpensive piece of machined aluminum, which is not very good. And then you kind of pry the plastic ring off carefully with a flathead screwdriver. There's some adhesive sticking that down. Careful of the springs. I'll take the stuff out that I used for a light block. And then we take the tough E-mount and line up the spring hole and just slide it on there like that. Make sure the button operates smoothly and make sure it's locked in place. Okay, now that we got all the screws in, go ahead and tighten them up. And make sure they're all flush with the mount, or below. You don't want them sticking up at all to hang up on a screw, on the mount, on a lens. And just give them a little tightening, go alternating sides. Now that that's on there, I want to check the fit, make sure all the springs are in place. And then stick my finger on the sensor like that, and I'd try to avoid doing that. Now I'm going to have to clean it. And take the lens and turn it on. It went very smooth. And now there is almost no play in the lens mount that I can detect. There's more play in the mount, the adapter mount that I have. And the next thing to do is to shoot a few pictures and make sure that the frame is uniformly sharp, making sure that this is parallel with the sensor. Here's the old plastic mount. This is just cheap, flimsy plastic. I didn't even mean to break that there, but it's not very strong at all. The plastic flanges, I wouldn't trust those to hold a heavier lens on. I hope this tough E-mount works now that I broke my plastic mount. Not that it really matters, this doesn't support any thing other than those flanges support the lens. After I put the Tough E mount on, I checked for the classic Sony light leak again, and it is there. It's an issue with how this gold ring fits with this silver ring, and it's probably a little more noticeable with the silver ring because the light can reflect in there easier. The black composite ring probably helps dampen out the light. So you can still fix it the same way as you could with the light leak before, and that's to put a small piece of black baffling tape. It's like special light blocking tape you can get from Edmunds Scientific. You can put one on either side of the mount, and that's the same thing you had to do before. And what it does, if you look at this was a 30-second exposure at ISO 6400 where I was just rotating a flashlight around the lens mount, and then after I fixed one side, you can see half of it went away there, and then I fixed the other side and it's almost completely gone. There's an area there, but it's so small that it's not even noticeable in any normal exposure. And this is with shining a flashlight directly at the lens mount, so it's not a realistic use case, but it's worst case.